everybody, how are you doing? This is Bayo Adio, your favorite Nigerian American on YouTube. I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying healthy, and I hope that you're thriving in whatever adventures and things that you're doing. So as you guys might have noticed, I haven't been on YouTube in a while. It's been a while, maybe a month, and it's because we had an unfortunate incident in the family. Some of you guys are aware because I made the post on the community group, and the news for you guys that are not aware is that I lost my dad. It was a very, very shocking news. It really just kind of disrupted the whole family. So I was in Nigeria at the time, so I had to kind of rush back. I'm still coming to grasp with it, and the fact that I'm not going to be able to talk to him, call him, communicate with him. So it's been like a highly emotional, like the last 3 weeks, just kind of dealing with, I had to be with my sisters, my mom, and us just trying to work through that. My dad he was not only a father to us and doing his duties with us and helping us get through some of the stuff that we were doing, but he also has a larger community, especially in Nigeria, with his school, the people that he has influenced, and all the things that he's working on. So that's kind of what happened. The grieving has been interesting because it's sometimes you're okay, you're fine, and then sometimes the moment of sadness comes through. But I think it's just battling with it, like denial that it hasn't happened. Maybe it's just a dream, and then facing the reality that, holy crap, this is a real thing. Like, he is actually gone. So anyways, we did his burial, and then we kind of went through all of that. So like recently, I'm just now coming up for air, and I'm realizing that life has to continue to go on. So I just wanted to just come on here, say what's up to you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been checking on me, and some of you guys left a lot of great messages when I posted it on the community post. Thank you so much for the messages. Thanks for the WhatsApp messages. Thanks for the reach outs. I'm not very good with communication and replying to text and calls, and honestly, a lot of the times I actually was not in the mood to want to talk to someone throughout this process. But thanks for the messages. I heard everything. I got all the messages. So again, thank you all so much. I wanted to get on here and just use this as an opportunity to say thank you all for the comforting words. Thank you all for the messages. But I also wanted to use this opportunity to took some kind of notes here, is to share a little bit about who my dad was. So just a short summary. My dad is obviously Nigerian, but he moved to US a long time ago, 20, 30 years ago, to study aviation. So he went to the Spartan School of Aeronautics in US, which is how I was born in the US, and he kind of raised his family here, but he's always kind of stayed connected to Nigeria. So he worked for United Airlines in California, flew for them as a pilot, and then he kind of towards the latter part of his career, he was like a aircraft mechanic and worked on all these big planes with United Airlines as well. But throughout his career, at one point, he also opened up a flight school in US, and his passion was always about minorities, giving exposure to minorities, young black kids, women, to give them as much exposure to anybody that's interested in aviation, just to give them another opportunity of what they can pursue. And his impact is huge, and I'm seeing more and more of it, of a lot of people that reached out in terms of like how he helped them get to where they're at. These are people that currently fly for airlines. These are people that work for Boeing. These are people that are engineers in their fields, and they all talked about how much impact my dad made in developing them for the careers that he has had. So he's had a huge impact on a lot of people's lives, even more than I knew. And a lot of them, I'm just becoming aware of them now. But outside of that, in the last few years, maybe 4 years or so, after my dad retired, he had this calling to Africa, kind of like how I did, to try to see how he can make an impact over there. And my dad has dedicated a lot of his energy and time to doing that. So he started an aviation school academy there, multiple locations. A lot of students have went through this. He has a curriculum with aviation for them. and he has a partnership with US to where if some of them finish the basic school, they can come to the US to complete their flight training or come to the US to complete their practical training. And he kind of was running that. So that's kind of what he has done for the last few years in Nigeria. I met a lot of his students. If you guys watch my YouTube, you'll see some of the adventures that I took with him. So those are the last big push that he was doing in terms of impact before he left us. I think there was a lot of things that a lot of us were not ready for that we wanted him to do, but he has given so much of his energy and time and sacrifice that we still wanted more from him. But I think God was just like, your time is up, you've done enough, is kind of how I'm looking at it. For you guys that have watched, that has been part of my YouTube journey, you guys would see him. You guys probably know of him. So I feel like I even need to come and share this news with you guys. He was in a video where we were talking about how to get 247 power in Nigeria, where we were going through how solar panels work, charge controller works, and how it works with integration to the house, which was a very, very popular video. I think that was like the first time that you guys ever saw my dad on camera explaining that process. And you guys probably saw him when I went to the school at one of the universities in Lagos, where we kind of showcased the students teaching the class. We give you guys a tour of their classrooms and where they're working on a practical, because I think we were trying to raise funds at that point to help them build this plane that they were trying to build. And you guys would have seen me again in another shot where we went to go do drone, where we took all of his students to learn about flying drones and things like that. So that is what the last few projects that he was working on. And so my dad was, that was a little bit of a summary about him. My dad was a man of great character, great leader. He really, really talked a lot about legacy. He talked a lot about it, especially in the last few years. It's almost like, I don't know if he knew, but he was talking a lot about like everything that I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for the next generation. I cannot take any of these things with me. And he emphasized that we should take advantage of him while he's here. I didn't take him seriously when he said all of that, but it's like, holy crap, now that he is gone, I wish I would have taken a little bit more time, to nurture him, to kind of like, see what he has to say and kind of, do more to kind of listen and spend more time. But you guys know, American life is work. It's like nobody has a lot of time. So that's kind of what he's been working on. But he really, really talked a lot about legacy. He talked a lot about legacy, about like doing, like him making all these sacrifices, going through all of this, and for the young generation to benefit from it. I would say the biggest regret that I probably have is the fact that he did not stay longer enough for us to for him to enjoy all the fruits of his labor. And that's what made me so sad. Like when this news came, I don't think I even cried, but I cried so much that day. I had to go on a walk. It was just like, I just felt this big sadness that he didn't live long enough for us to spoil him a little bit. But one thing that I am happy about is that he got a chance to see some of the things that I worked on, and he has expressed to me many, many, many times of how proud he is of me, of the things that I'm doing, and all the projects that I'm doing, and just kind of me as a child. He said he's very, very, very proud of me. So I am happy that I was able to be established enough for him to be proud to see his son getting some level of success. He got a chance to hang out with my granddaughter, which I'm so happy about, that we took the time to go to Nigeria to hang out with them. So I'd say overall, I have some regrets of what I think I could have spent more time with him doing in terms of memory building, because life just got in the way. But at the same time, I'm also happy that, I adjusted my lifestyle and my work and my career for me to actually go to Nigeria and learn about what he's doing and able to offer support to him while he was alive on the things that he was trying to do. It was fun kind of seeing his students, his project, especially, one of my favorite times is when we went to the drone school in Victoria Island, and all of his students got a chance to learn how to fly a drone, flew the drone, and I purchased a drone for them. Got a chance to see the land that he was trying to occupy to build the airport. Got a chance to spend some time with him to talk about his goals, his vision, what he's trying to do, what he needed help with. So I would cherish those last moments that I have. But, I was supposed to, from a family spending time together, we were supposed to literally go hang out with them Thanksgiving and hang out with the whole, but unfortunately he's not here anymore. So that is kind of a little summary of what has been going on in my world. And hopefully you guys got a chance to know my dad a little bit. So I think now moving forward, it's really about not letting all of the hard work that he did go to waste. It's about figuring out a way to continue his legacy for all the things that he wanted to make a reality, that we kind of continue it. So it's funny, me and my dad, our mission is similar, but we were using different vehicles. So his vehicle was aviation, and mine was probably tech, real estate, and agriculture. But our mission was still similar. We wanted to see what we can do in Africa to make a change, make an impact, especially with the younger generation. And job, for me, I saw that there was a high unemployment rate. And that's something that I felt like I can really make an impact on. And my dad saw the same thing too. He felt like there's so many smart people, so many people to where there's just no structure or system in place for them to succeed. He saw that people were graduating college, getting all this master's, PhD, but they were literally doing nothing after they graduated. So he wanted to encourage people to be entrepreneurs, to be job creation through all of the things that he was doing, which was amazing. Matter of fact, in one of the videos that I did with him, he actually talked about his mission and his vision. Let's see if we can even cut to that.
Thank you, Bayo, for doing this. When we have vision statement, we want to develop entrepreneurs instead of job seekers through aviation training services. And how do we accomplish it? We have a mission to provide quality aviation, education services, and career opportunities for our students in the emerging aviation industry in Nigeria. And the bottom line is Nigeria is an emerging economy, and we need to bring to manufacturing. Any country that does not produce cannot excel. And the International College of Aeronautics is bringing that vision alive, whereby we can train our students to become entrepreneurs. Some of the skills they learn can transcend into other skills. Carpentry, they learn about woodworking, welding, even painting, engineering, automobile repairs and stuff like that. So aviation is very broad, and this is an innovation for the country because ICA is leading the way. We already built one aircraft, that was 2 years ago, and it's still residing in USA. We intend to bring it to Nigeria, and some of our students will be going back to complete that aircraft, putting on the avionics. So in order to prepare them to go, they have to go through this rigorous training so that when they get there, they will not be lost. So we are seeking support and assistance from any government agencies to help these young people become the aircraft builders of tomorrow. And for example, after she graduates, she can get a contract from you as an individual. Mr. Bayo, I'd like to build you an aircraft. And she could do that individually and build you an aircraft. So the idea is for them to be able to stand on their own, so they don't have to depend on looking for jobs. That's what they're all about.
All right, yeah, you guys see his mission and vision, kind of that's what he was trying to do. So I guess moving forward now, I think part of continuing his legacy definitely offers support in the aviation field, but I think it's more to continue doing what I am already doing and just doing it better in a way that he will continue to feel proud of me. So I think I'm on the right track in terms of continuing his legacy, whether through aviation or through the vehicle that I'm using. But also his legacy was, if we're looking at this as a bigger picture, not only me, a lot of the people with his school, his board of directors, and you, especially for the people that have a strong calling or pull to Africa to make a change, whatever you are doing to improve Africa, you're also continuing his own legacy and his vision and the potential of what he sees that a country like Nigeria could be. So he had a lot of hope. He saw a lot of potential in a lot of young black kids in US and also a lot of young youths in Nigeria as well. And he has given a lot of himself. He has accomplished so much, and he invested heavily in human capital. He wasn't somebody that acquired a lot of assets, nice cars and those type of things, but he heavily focused on human capital development. All his money, all his funds went through that. He took care of his family, make sure we're all taken care of, that we're all successful. He gave his best, and he spent a lot of time, money, sacrifice on human development of people to be the best that he could. And I'm thinking that's how he measured wealth. He measured wealth in how many people was he able to elevate to be the best that they can be, and how many of those can he possibly accumulate before his time on earth ends. And I think my dad died a very, very wealthy person. Maybe not wealth in the way that you are thinking of wealth, like Lamborghinis or mansions, but in terms of wealth in the way he described wealth, in terms of the impact, he died a very, very rich and wealthy person. And a lot of the things that he has done, that's something that we are kind of reaping the benefits of it now. So, Dad, I love you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us. And he really let his light shine globally. So many people, whether it's a Chinese, I think we had a North Korean instructor, black people, Africans. A lot of people are in aviation because of this man. He had a very, very strong legacy. So that is a little bit of what I wanted to share with you guys. I know it's Thanksgiving week, so again, life is too short, guys. You never know. Nothing can happen. And it's true, he left. He didn't take any of it with him. In general, I think as a family, and me as well, I think over the last 3 weeks, we've taken some time to process this. I've taken some time to process, why did this happen at the time that it happened? Why can't he be with us for longer? All those thoughts, regrets, emotions, memories, and everything that you've built. But I think at this point, my family and I were evolving from sadness to more of a celebration of life. So I think now it should be more of a joyous moment moving forward, although there'll be moments of sadness in between because he's not here anymore to celebrate with us. But I think especially in our culture, we have what we call celebration of life. So I think now I want to actually be happy. I want to celebrate the amazing life that he has lived. And it should be something to be happy about. Although it was short, I want us to celebrate all of him together. So we actually have another party or ceremony coming up. I think it's called the 41st day after we buried him. And literally it's to dance, it's to be joyful, it's to pray, it's to meet all the people that he has made an impact in their lives, and it's to celebrate his life. So I think I'm evolving now from like sadness to more like happiness. I want him to see us happy. I want him to see his family happy. I want him to see all his kids, because my dad has so many kids beyond his immediate family that he's nurturing. I want him to see them successful. I want him to be proud as he's looking down from us, looking down on us. And I want him to know that we're okay. He has done well as a father, as a leader. And I don't think he would want to see us sad. So I think now moving forward, after the initial overcoming the shock, we are now evolving from sadness to celebration of life and continuing with him. And his spirit is definitely going to always be here with us. So I will still have occasional conversations with him, talk to him on what I'm doing, express different ideas, and still just kind of have him be a part of my life and our life as much as possible. Maybe not physically, but at least in the spirit. So that's kind of what we're evolving to now. So now I can smile, we can be happy, we can be joyous, knowing that we are celebrating the amazing life that he lived, and all of his legacy is his kids, his community, what he built, and we just need to continue to do things that will make him proud of us. So that is where I want to leave this video. Remember, guys, if you haven't started on your journey of whatever impact that you want to make your purpose, as my dad let his light shine globally, remember that now is the best time. Just get started. It is your time to rise and let your light shine. Thank you so much for listening, and I will chat with you guys soon. Peace.